And hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wanted to share my story. How did I become a timeline healing master and also a teacher? And it all started actually 8 years ago. It was 2014. I decided to quit my job in a school. I was working as a chemistry teacher for 8 years, and I decided to stop. The job was overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed and exhausted and on the edge. And I knew I want to work with people. I want to support people. But the way my job was in a school, I felt it is not the thing I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I quit the job in the school, and first I dove into breathing techniques. And I did a lot of work with other people's voices, and I kept looking and searching because I think that deep inside me, I already had this feeling that I'm a healer and something is happening when I am speaking. And very often I saw that people are crying just because I am speaking, and there's something that happening deep within them. And later I found Neurographica, and I started to draw. And this was something that I could never imagine before in my life, because I had this traumatic experience with arts, and I felt that drawing is something I could never ever do. But I was wrong, and so it was also with meditations. And in the year 2019, I believe, yes, I heard from my friend Ines, who were in Moscow, met Salva Kelly personally, and went to timeline healing training. And she went back to Latvia and wanted to practice. And actually, I was one of her first clients. And I remember the first session of timeline healing so clearly, like it was yesterday. And I was really shocked twice. The first shock I experienced, how deep and real felt this experience in the meditation. And in my first ever timeline healing session, I went all the way back to another lifetime I experienced here on earth, and I experienced traumatic death experience. And it was so odd for me, and I was shocked because I felt like I am sitting here in this room, I'm talking with Ines, and the same time I felt how painful and how terrified it feels when this death occurred. And the second shock was for me after 2 minutes, when I was sitting here in a loving, caring, golden light. I felt full with love, with compassion. I finally felt in peace with the situation. I was healing, and I saw this experience like very, very important part of me. And this acceptance was the key. And after the session, I was like, oh my God, what just happened? I wanted to. And after a while, Salva Kelly planned a journey to Latvia, and I decided very quick that I wanted to become a practitioner. But then later COVID started, and our class went to Zoom, and everyone started to use Zoom more and more. And all 3 levels of timeline healing technique, I had these classes in Zoom, and amazing journey started in my life in the year 2020, and a lot of healing, a lot of wonderful people. And after level 1 training, I really wanted to get more and more experienced, and I started to work in exchange of donation, and many people came to me. And for 3 months, I was very surprised, because each and every one told me my story, my life story. And soon I realized that every time I helped somebody else, every time I helped somebody else to heal themselves, I helped myself, and I healed my life together with my clients. And of course, after 1 month, I went to level 2 training. After 6 months later, in March 2021, I went to level 3 training here in Latvia. And I decided to look in the eye in my biggest fears. And it was funny, because earlier I spent time in school. I was experienced teacher, and I worked with big students groups, but somehow I ended up being very shy person, and I was afraid to speak in public and show myself in public and be truthful about who I am and how I feel and what bothers me. And even in level 3 training, I started to speak about my fears about talking in public, and I almost started to cry and almost couldn't finish a sentence. And finally, when I was brave enough to share about this, I experienced the biggest healing. I think this was the biggest healing, because I felt this energy like a waterfall that came through me, because it was Salra Kelly. We were 24 people, and level 3 offers this experience that every whole group is healing one person. And I'm still so grateful to each and everyone who participated there, and the beautiful souls, beautiful people. And I have many new friends from those classes. And later, when the level 3 class finished, Sal told us that he is thinking about teachers training, because for a while he's thinking that there should be more teachers. And that was the moment I felt that he is talking to me. I was already ready to raise my hand and sign up for the class, but the class was 6 months later, in September 2021. It happened in Russia, and I felt again amazing people, amazing masters from Russia, from Ukraine, Bulgaria, Poland, and forgive me, please, if I just lost some of you. But we were a small, cozy group, 13 teachers, and after finishing teachers training, I started to teach timeline healing, and my first group occurred like the next month. It was 2 or 3 weeks later when I started to work, and so almost every month I have a training for level 1, and this is a blessing in my life, because I knew earlier that Latvia is full of amazing people, amazing masters, teachers, and spiritual healers. And now, thanks to timeline healing, I meet them because some of them feel that they want a technique that is stronger, more powerful. Some feel that there is something that is like inviting them. And thanks to timeline healing, I'm meeting those amazing people. And I see this transformation that timeline healing gives for everyone in just 2 or 3 days, because level 1 training is 16 hours. I do it usually when we meet in person. I do it usually for 2 full days. But if we do timeline healing level 1 online, then it's usually 3 days or 2 weekends. It depends on how I decide to do the next group. And I see wonderful results from this technique. Of course, this is not like technique that suits all, that can do all. But if you feel that there is something inviting about this technique, about Arcturian energies, about divine love energies, you can always try. You can come to a session, you can come to a level 1 training, and you will see what surprises life is preparing for you. This was my story. The last 2 years, I feel that every step I take gives me more and more surprises. And if somebody would tell me like a year ago that I will be teaching timeline healing also in English, not only here in Latvia, but in international groups, I wouldn't believe. But every time, every healing session gives also a beautiful energies and healing also for me. And I see in real life how this is happening. If you help others, you help yourself, and together we are making this world a more beautiful place. And the world fills with love, with light, with compassion, and beautiful co-creations are happening. And yes, this technique allows us to heal everything. If you feel that you want to heal something and you believe in something, it will happen. Sometimes the healing is not happening at once. Sometimes we need more sessions, but as Salva Kelly is always saying, timeline healing can heal everything, but that doesn't mean that everything will be healed. So you can ask me questions and comment below down here in the comment section, or you can ask more questions if you find my website or my email. It is also down below here in the description. And thank you for watching this. And I invite you to become a powerful creator of your life, because you know that you are already one. And have a good day, have a good night, and see you in real life or online.